What's shaking? All of me walking up a flight of stairs. What's up, Houston? What's up, Cleveland? Canada? The Powell clan is just fine, knock on wood, for right now. I'm on live on both. I'm on my YouTube and my TikTok. Let's do this and this. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TikTok. Did I empty my P.O. box when I get home? Yes, I did. You are part of the problem with your hate mongering. Really. Opinions vary. I condemn the shooting. Did you condemn the shooting of the Minnesota lawmakers that were assassinated as part of a 45-person hit list by somebody who on the MAGA side? Bet you didn't, did you? Pound fucking sand. You were the same guy that rooted for Trump getting shot? Show me a video in which I rooted for Trump getting shot. I dare you. I defy you to. Oh, I look here. Oh, now we are backtracking by condemning the killing. Nobody's backtracking, numbnuts. If you can show proof of the things that you claim I said, then show them. If not, then shut your fucking hole. Nobody's backtracking anything, Sweet Pea. What happened to my main account? Got banned. Because MAGA is softer than baby shit. The revolution starts now. We give no quarter. Get ready. Bitch, I have weapons too. I'm working on trying to get the account back, but who knows if it's going to be successful. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just dealing with some lunatics over here. Breaking news, Charlie Kirk gunman still at large. FBI doesn't know what to do. But everybody on my TikTok over here says it's got to be somebody on the left. They already know who it is. It's a Democrat. Thoughts and prayers? Yeah, that's even been tariffed too much. I have no thoughts and prayers to offer. It certainly seems like it was somebody that was trained if they hit him from that far away with that good of a shot. Grinder noise. Precisely. Come on, loosen up. I don't think it was a setup. I don't think so. I think you're going to find that it was probably one of two different people. It was somebody on the left that hated what he had to say and thought that this was the the course of action that they should take, in which case they are disgusting, wrong, and they should be found, tried, and hopefully given the unalive sentence, or it was somebody on the right. Now, why would it be somebody on the right? I don't know. Charlie Kirk did recently do a complete 180 on his position on the Epstein files, so it could literally be either type of people. Just lost my access over on YouTube or on TikTok for live. Oh well. Let's see what we can do here. Guys, give me 1 minute. Am I back, boys and girls? Am I back, boys and girls? Can you see me? We're back. Good. TikTok doesn't want the views. I'll give them to YouTube. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I am Marine. That's exactly what I'm doing. Steffelson, who are you talking about? North Idaho. Thank you, Dave. Paper, bong, or blunt? Cone. Welcome in, Kentucky, for the first time. Hope you enjoyed your vacation. I did. Edibles don't have any effect on me. I've tried them. Believe me, I would love to do edibles. I would fucking love to do edibles. They don't do anything to me. Stop embarrassing yourself on live. Stop preaching. We get it all right. Nobody's forcing you to be here. You know that, right? These fucking clowns come out of nowhere. I don't like what you have to say. Then fucking scroll, bitch. Do you believe in Jesus? No, I'm an atheist. How's the weather? Sherry, how you doing? The weather is getting hot again. We will be in the upper 80s, lower 90s here by the end of the week. Yep, that's me behind me. Found your channel recently and I love it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you don't believe in Jesus, what about your salvation? Okay, listen, if you're going to come in here and proselytize, if you're going to come in here and preach, wrong fucking room. I don't need salvation. I don't want your salvation. I don't want your God. I don't want your Bible. I don't want your heaven. I don't want your hell. I don't want your soul. I don't want any of it. If that's what you want to talk about, fuck off and talk about it around the block. My mods will block you. Get fucked. Stay fucked. Okay? How are you going to get into the non existent paradise if you don't believe in the invisible theocracy? You want to believe, believe. My wife's a fucking believer. All three of my kids that I had with her are baptized. They all have a godfather. It doesn't mean I have to fucking believe. Going back to work. Have a good day, brother. You're a loser. Wrong, you're. Oh my God. Hola, Colorado. Hola. Oh my God. It's Chris, how you doing, brother? It's never fucking clowns. Fucking clowns. Oh my God. You need your shoes? Yeah. Entree. Somebody just told me I was a loser. And they used the wrong your. So we're having some fun with it.
Did they take their phone out of their yonder pouch because they're in fucking junior high?
She pulled the yonder pouch on you guys. Would you consider eating a viper fish on live? No, but I will consider blocking you. There you go. There's the door. Actually, I just hid you so that you can still see what we're talking about and what we're doing, but you can't comment. So you can just scream into the yawning chasm that is the internet, and we won't hear you. And you can eat all the fucking fish you want. Fort Wayne, Indiana. How you doing? I know Chuck E. Cheese was an established business before Showbiz Pizza, but back in the day, back in the 80s, Showbiz Pizza was the place. Chuck E. Cheese was a fucking shithole. And then Showbiz went under, and Chuck E. Cheese became the new joint that everybody wanted to go to. And it still sucks. The Mechanical Rat Casino and Pizza is hot garbage. My comment section. Hang on. Sorry, am I back? Sorry. Okay. Am I back now? I'm dealing with a gentleman that works with TikTok on some things via text message. Sorry. So I had to hop in and out. My apologies. Been a fan of your channel for a little while. Now, what is your opinion on Charlie Kirk dying? Okay, so I did some videos on this yesterday and put them Political violence, gun violence has absolutely no place. What happened is disgusting and abhorrent. It should not be celebrated. That doesn't mean that I have to mourn a man who doesn't mourn anybody else who dies by gun violence. Sorry, my guy was texting me again. And Charlie Kirk himself said that a certain number of gun deaths a year are necessary in order to protect the Second Amendment. So I guess his death was necessary to protect the Second Amendment. Listen, I don't want to see any of that happen to anybody. I think it's fucking abhorrent what happened. But the same fucking people that didn't say a goddamn word when 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota got assassinated by a guy who had a Democratic hit list of 45 people now want me to have empathy for Charlie Kirk. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't want him to have gone. I did not want him to have gone through what he did. Yes, I already said that I condemned the attack. I don't know. Is it a hard of hearing thing, or is it not translating for you guys? The very first video I did, the very first words I said was I condemned the attack. Yep, there was a school shooting yesterday in Colorado. None of the people that want me to have empathy for Charlie Kirk said a fucking thing about the school shooting. Not one. These people are confusing not wanting to mourn somebody's death with celebrating somebody's death. Best tacos in Chicago? Impossible to say. Impossible to say. Charlie Kirk didn't believe in empathy? No, he did not. A 24-year-old beige bisque man? What? Paco's Tacos on Archer? I've never been to Paco's Tacos on Archer. I love El Farol Burrito in Summit. I can tell you that much. I've been going to El Farol, not Roll, since I was fucking 17. Would Charlie Kirk, if I was shot, care if I was shot? No, he wouldn't. He doesn't care when kids in schools are shot. You know who I sympathize with in the entire Charlie Kirk thing? His kids. Not even necessarily his wife, but his kids. Those kids are very young. They don't. That's a bullshit way to lose your father. That's a bullshit way to go through life now, knowing how your father died in such a public manner and how it was such a talking point across all of social media. His kids don't deserve that. No kids deserve that. They didn't ask to be born to an asshole like him. His kids are the ones that are going to suffer the most out of all of this. Yeah, I heard they were there. It's fucking disgusting that we've come to this point in our society. And here's the thing. Everybody's blame on the right is blaming people on the left. First of all, we don't even have the fucking shooter. Second of all, it could be somebody from the right who's pissed off about his position changing on the files and on the gentleman Jeffrey. We have absolutely no fucking idea. But more importantly, who are the ones that are trying to stop the gun violence? The left. Who are the ones that are perpetrating, well, we got to have guns and a certain amount of death is going to be okay if it means we can all have our guns? The right. You know what I mean? Even if he made his money pissing people off, he still didn't deserve to be shot. Nobody is better than nobody. Trump is not better than anybody else. Trump is the worst president in American history, period. Okay, my guy is telling me to do something real quick. Hang on. Give me 1 minute here.
Some points with my farm.
Appeal. Okay, that's done. It doesn't help that he was arguing gun violence is acceptable. Exactly. Do you wonder if the shooter is? Who knows if he's ever going to be found? They can't find. Listen, the fact that they can't find him already is a problem. But Donnie hired the best people, right? Does it matter? Yeah, it matters. They had arrested somebody's already. They arrested somebody that was initially at the stage, turned him loose, arrested somebody else, interviewed him, turned him loose, and now they're looking for somebody else. Thank you, Michael DuBois, for the $2 tip, offering my dollar for your vacation cruise. I appreciate it. I really do. I truly do. That every bit helps. Going to be a real interesting day. Hand-wringing galore from the right about Charlie and not a blessed word about the kids from Evergreen School yesterday. They're going to pass right by 9/11. Today's 9/11. Today's going to be all about Charlie and only about Charlie. Because it only matters when somebody on their side gets pew-pewed. It only matters when somebody on their side gets hurt. None of them had anything to say when the fucking 2 Democratic Minnesota lawmakers got assassinated as a result of a guy from MAGA walking around with a hit list. They didn't give a shit. Were the flags lowered to half-staff? No. Did Trump say anything about those 2 Minnesota lawmakers that were assassinated? No. Did the older millennial or anybody else express regret? Not that I'm aware of. But now we all need to fucking cry. Not happening. I'm not celebrating it, but I'm not mourning it either. This guy needs to lose some weight, says Cold Pack with no picture of himself. Well, isn't that just brave of you to talk about somebody else's weight while hiding your own identity? I don't know. Your mom makes me a sandwich every time I raw dog her, so it's going to be really hard for me to drop the elbows, considering how much wang that woman can take. Humana, 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 humana. Act like a 12-year-old, you get talked to like a 12-year-old. You You get the energy you give. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody do his mom tonight. You're scared the can of worms is open? What can of worms are you afraid is open? Oh, shit. I gotta go give me 1 second. I gotta handle this real quick. It's 9 o'clock. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm over here right quick. Give me the refresh. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right with you. Ooh, that was nice. Nice little bump this morning. Nice little bump, guys. All right, let me finish rolling this last dude. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody train his mom tonight. Yeah, Charlie's kids I feel bad for. Abso-fucking-lutely. Charlie's kids I feel bad for. They didn't deserve it. Do I feel bad for Charlie Kirk? No. Do I celebrate it? No. Am I going to mourn him? No. Can you get high on YouTube? Yes. New to the channel. Hello. Hello, Kelly. Was I in the military at one time? No. I did enlist in the military twice, made it through most of MEPS twice, and then was denied entrance twice. Will you answer my questions, please? If I see them, I mean, there are 400 people in here trying to get comments in. You know what I mean? Thank you, Gamer. I appreciate that. Why is there so much fat shaming? Don't know. Charlie lived and died by the world he wanted. Are you for guns in the right hand? I don't even know what the fuck that means, man. I don't even know what the fuck. I own guns. I signed the petition in Illinois to get concealed carry. I am a supporter of the Second Amendment. I believe that it is your right to defend yourself. What I want to do is keep guns out of the hands of mentally ill people, people that want to do harm, people that have a history of doing harm. I don't know how else to fucking explain it. I don't know how else to explain it. I am pro Second Amendment and pro gun legislation. I don't know how else to explain it. I've been explaining it for years and years and years. And I don't know how else to explain it. Yes, people can be assholes. Yes, they most certainly can be. They most certainly can be. They only want to hear what they only hear what they want to hear. Are we still here? Are we still live? Oh, here we go. Do I remember where I was on 9/11? Yes, I was in Barrington Hills, Illinois. I was working for a landscape company called Woodlawn Landscaping and Nursery, and I was a project manager, and we were landscaping the Barrington Hills fire department when the news came across the radio. Well, I wasn't living in Barrington Hills. I was working in Barrington Hills. Which one of my accounts got suspended? My main TikTok account, the one with 1.5 million followers, that got permanently banned last week. So I'm operating off my backup, which has a little over 50,000 followers. First time on my live, love my content. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You enjoy my posts. Thank you very much. Oh no, we shouldn't be ignoring the right. We should be engaging the right. The Shadow MAGA account I haven't done anything with in a long time, and I'm not going to probably do anything else. Anyone decorating for Halloween? We never have really decorated for Halloween, and I don't see us starting now. Thank you, Andrew Stahl. I tried Discord. I don't like the platform at all. I won't be on Discord. At least I don't see myself being on Discord. I don't see myself on Twitch either. I'm going to continue, as long as I have access to TikTok, I'm going to continue to use TikTok to create content. I don't post all of the content I create to TikTok. A lot of it now I post to private, and then I bring it over here so that it's exclusively available here. Join in, Rick. Absolutely. It's all over the screen. What's all over the screen? I don't see anything on my screen. I see that I have 286 people in here. I have only 131 likes and $2 in donations so far. What's the strain? I don't know, whatever the fuck my guy put in the bag. I wish gummies would work on me. I would use them. Bruno? You'll have to ask the media. No, I never in a million years thought I'd have any reach on social media. When I joined TikTok, I thought I'd be lucky if I got 1,000 followers. I've tried Rick Simpson oil. Doesn't really do anything. Summertime, thank you very much for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. Uh, has Illinois capitulated to Trump yet? No, and they're not going to. They're not going. They've told Trump if he sends federal agents into Chicago, they're probably going to get arrested. Amy G, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, see, you guys are always generous over here on YouTube. Daniel or Danielle, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, burning flour in a hammer is the best. In a hammer? It's not good news, M. It's not even close to good news. I'm hoping the same thing as well, Nunya. Oh, it's a type of pipe. Okay. Resin gummies? What's the reason for the TikTok ban? You'll have to ask TikTok. Too many strikes over the years. So I'm operating off my backup account. Oh, nice crackage. There we go. Shape of a hammer, smaller than a Sherlock. Okay. I smoke joints. Question, is that a fawn or satyr plaque? What? What? This is a picture of the Grateful Dead on stage at Alpine Valley. This is a guitar. These are pictures of places my wife and I have been to. These are selfies of my wife and I in different places, sometimes with different things that we got from the places. Like this is a picture of us in Houston, and these are some patches. What made me become a hippie? Like nothing really, just kind of what I am. I became through a life of evolution. Canada loves me. Well, I doubt all of Canada loves me, but I appreciate the sentiment. There was a guy in your comments that was telling people you told your followers to shoot people. Really? Interesting. I would defy that person to, unless he's talking about when I told people to get armed because there are masked, unmarked, and unidentified people kidnapping folks off the streets and that people should get armed and stand their ground the way that Republicans have always told them to. If he's talking about that, then yes, he's absolutely correct. Old school. I'm considered old school now. You know, it's fucked up is when they talk about, so like 1995, 95. That's 30 years ago. And so when I think about that in the through the lens of when I was a kid, when I was in 1985, thinking about 30 years ago, right? What was I thinking about? 75, 65, 55. Right. So 30, when I was in a teenager in 1985 and I was thinking about 30 years ago, I was thinking about 1955. Today, if kids want to go all the way back to when I was a teenager in the 80s, it would be like us in the 80s thinking back to somebody in the 40s. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old, and I know it, and I embrace it, which is why I accept all of your tips, because Social Security isn't going to be there for me when I get there. Generation X, born in 1972. I grew up in the 70s. I came of age in the 80s. I was a young man in the 90s. You know, that's why my podcast was called the Second Half Podcast, because I was a guy giving you his perspectives on life while in the second half of his. Every live I've ever been in, mods, please don't use all caps. Sherry, hold my beer. Sherry was trying to get my attention. She knows I don't like all caps either. Do you remember where you were on 9/11? Yes, landscaping the fire department in Barrington Hills, Illinois. You don't think of 50 as being old, but it is. So here's the deal. You have old, okay? And then you have I think you have old, and then you have seniors, and then you have the elderly, right? Old, 50s and 60s. Seniors, 60s and 70s. The elderly, 70s and 80s. I don't think it's unreasonable for us in our 50s to refer to ourselves as old. I'm over half a century old. I need to live to 106 years old in order for me to be at the halfway point in my life right now. The chances of me living to be 106 years old are slim and fucking none. Okay? Never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. So I'm okay with acknowledging the fact that I'm old. I understand that I'm old. It doesn't mean I'm dying tomorrow. It doesn't mean that life is over. I mean, I still travel. I still do social media. I still fuck. I still do all of those things. I'm just old. Just means I do it with a little bit more experience. Who wants to be over 100? Me. $59 here and everything hurts, says Ricky. There you go. What do I think I'll live to? I have no fucking clue. I can die tomorrow, for fuck's sake. Everybody have fun tonight. Which reminds me to take my pills right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. It's my 9 pills. See them? That's my morning pills. Those are my morning pills. 9 pills. I take 3 at night. I take 9 in the morning. Those are my 9 pills. Pills taken. You're in your 40s and you take more pills than me? What is this? Where do I live now? I live in the town of Shanahan, Illinois, in the far southwest suburbs of Chicago, down near Joliet. What was the triangular red one? That was Xarelto. That's a blood thinner, I believe. You got your property paid off last year? Right on. Are you an independent? No, I'm a Democrat. I'm not a registered anything, but I'm a Democrat. I've never registered with a political party in my life, but I'm a Democrat. You don't take any pills? That's good. That's good. Seriously, that's good. Can't stay long, working, checked in. Well, hello, Ray. From work. Am I a middle Democrat? I consider myself left center. center or left. So I'll bullet point. It sounds like there are some people in here that don't know my position, so I'll bullet point some of my positions. Uh, Abortion. It's not my fucking body. It's not my fucking choice. Period. End of fucking story. At all. It's not my fucking body. It's not my fucking choice. Gay marriage. Don't fucking care. Don't care who you're sleeping with. Don't care who you're married to as long as you're all consenting adults. I don't give a fuck if there are 9 of you that entered into a marriage together. Don't fucking care. Doesn't affect my life. It has absolutely no fucking bearing on me. Guns. Pro Second Amendment. I live in a small town. The police department's less than 5 minutes away from my house. But in the middle of the night, it's going to take the police 10 minutes to fucking get here, maybe 7. In that period of time, I have a right to defend myself and my family. So I have absolutely no problem with you, if you are not a danger to yourself or others, owning 10,000 guns and 90,000 rounds of ammunition. I don't fucking care. The death penalty. I think we need it. I think it needs to be a deterrent. I think if you take somebody else's life, then you forfeit your own. I think it needs to be used sparingly and only when there is irrefutable proof that somebody did a wrongdoing. But yeah, I think we need it. Congress. I think we need to reform Congress. I don't want age or term limits. I'm never going to go to my plumber and go, dude, you've been my plumber for 20 years. It's time I get a new plumber. If he's the best at what he does, I want him, right? So I think we need to reform Congress. Now, Congress needs to reform itself, so it's probably never going to happen, but I've done videos on what a regulatory and reform bill would look like. Marijuana should be legal. I don't give a fuck what you put into your body. I think that we should treat drug addiction as an addiction, as a medical issue, not as a crime. Let's see here. A living wage. Yes, I think that the federal government should set a calculation on how to determine the living wage in any given state. And what I think you should do is that it should be federally mandated and it should be state run. And the minimum wage is set based on the most expensive part of your state to live in. So I live in Illinois. Minimum wage would be set on what it would take to live on a 40-hour work week in the city of Chicago. Now, is that going to be a lot more money for the people in downstate Illinois? Yeah, but unless you want to get in and break this shit down county by county, you do it state by state. Universal health care. I think that if somebody said to me, you can be the leader of the United States of America for one day, and we will give you one thing that you can pass unilaterally without the help of Congress, what would you pass? It would be universal health care, because I believe that that is the one thing that we could pass that will help the most amount of people in the best way possible, the quickest. And for the longest. It would allow people to not be shackled to jobs and be able to branch out and start that plumbing company that they wanted but couldn't afford to do so because they couldn't afford the health insurance. It would stop people from going fucking bankrupt because they got sick. It would give every fucking buddy access to healthcare that they don't already have. I think universal healthcare is the biggest no-brainer. Education. I think that we should fund public education for 2 years beyond high school. 12th grade shouldn't be the end of your public education. I think after you graduate high school, you should be given the choice. Do you want to go to a local community college for 2 years and get an associate's degree? We got it. Do you want to go to a trade school for 2 years and learn a trade? We got it. And we should be putting people into the college, the bachelor's level college system already with a minimum of an associate's degree. We need to make sure that people are educated if they want to be educated, but college isn't for everybody. Somebody's got to work in the hospital. Somebody's got to build the hospital. We need to put some emphasis on the trades. We need to put some emphasis on the blue collar jobs that are necessary. The world needs ditch diggers too. So that's where I stand when it comes to education. I'm a capitalist. I own my own business. I've worked for myself now for over a decade, I think it is, or I haven't had a boss in that long. I'm a capitalist, but I think that we need heavily regulated capitalism with robust social safety nets. If you want a house and a car and a nice vacation, go out and get a job if you're able-bodied. Work for it. However, we need to legislate those companies so that they pay a living wage and make sure that people are rewarded for the work that they do. And if you trip and fall, if you stumble along the way through no fault of your own, we got you. We have robust social safety nets. So yes, I'm still a capitalist. I just believe in heavily regulated capitalism. Um, I believe the federal government should pay back every fucking dime of Social Security that it began to steal in the form of borrowing from Reagan on, and then they should never fucking touch it again. It's designed for us. We fund it. Leave it the fuck alone. What else? What else? Here's one. Remember when the baker, I think in Colorado, wouldn't make the cake for the gay couple because he said making a cake would be akin to him being in or endorsing the wedding, and all of those people said that companies should be able to do what they want. They're their own companies. And then when it came to those same companies going, hey, you got to wear a mask in our store, or if you want to work here, you need to be as a term of employment, and they all went, you can't do that. That's an overreach. As somebody that has owned and currently owns multiple businesses, let me explain something to you. The reason why you enter into a business entity, the reason why you start an LLC or an S corp or an incorporated company is to separate yourself from the company, to protect yourself. So you go out and you start a landscape company and you call it Powell Landscaping Incorporated. And the reason why you enter into that legal entity is because if Billy is on the Bobcat and drives through the front of somebody's house and crushes grandma while she's in her rocking chair, you're going to get sued, but the company is going to get sued. You're going to be able to protect your personal assets, your house, your car, things like that, as long as they're not in the company name. So you want the separation when you enter into that legal entity, but then you don't want the separation when it comes to running that business. You want to say that that business carries your personal beliefs. No, it doesn't. It's a business. You specifically paid an accountant and a lawyer what it took to enter into a legal agreement to separate yourself from that business. And now that business serves the public. My businesses are LLCs, yes. My businesses are actually what's called a series or a schedule LLCs. So if you're in business, you're in business. The business is separate from you, and it doesn't have a set of values. It's a business. Its purpose is to make money. What do you think happens when we die? Lights out. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a soul, a heaven, a hell, a creator, any of that. I believe that we are all organic materials that came from the earth, and when we die, our physical body here that we have rots and gives that energy back to the earth. I think that we are all highly advanced bundles of borrowed energy. I have not heard anything about the UFO, no. No, I do not believe in ghosts. No, it is reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation 100%. I just don't believe that I'm going to come back as a cat. I believe that my energy is going to rot and go back to the earth, and part of my energy may go off and be in a stream, and part of my energy may go off and be in a blade of grass, and part of my energy may go off and become part of an oak tree. It depends on what Mother Earth decides to do with it. My bundle is woefully lacking in energy. Care to share some? Do you like stew? Does a hobby horse have a wooden dick? Yes, the circle of life. What do you do for a living? Mate, are you asking me what I do for a living, or is there somebody in the comment section that goes by M8? If you're asking me what I do for a living, now I create content for a living full time. I used to be a landscape contractor. I was a landscape contractor for 26 years. I started out as a laborer and then worked my way up to assistant foreman and eventually working foreman and then eventually superintendent of a few crews and then project manager of multi-million-dollar projects. And then I owned my own company for 6 years. And then my wife retired me in 2018 when I was 45 years old. She was making just way too much money, and I started doing social media and accidentally built a following on TikTok and on YouTube. And then in May of 2024, her business, the business she was working for, went under, and we lost all of our income. And so she figured out how to monetize what I had accidentally built, and now we make 100% of our money from content creation. Oh, immigration? You want my position on immigration? Listen, do I wish everybody that was coming into the country would sign the guest book on the way in? Absolutely, absolutely. But I also look at it through the lens of the other. If America had no jobs, if America was in the shape of some of these Central and South American countries, and there was shit economies because we destabilized them, but if there were shit economies and there was no way to get a job, I wouldn't think twice about crossing the Mexican border to get work to put food on my family's table. So I'm definitely not going to chastise or penalize somebody that's coming across the other way. And given the fact that I worked in landscaping for all those years, I had the chance to work with hundreds of undocumented immigrants, probably thousands of undocumented immigrants, predominantly from the state of Michoacan, and they were all great people. They were all hard workers that were very family oriented, that weren't out committing crimes. They just needed to be able to earn a living, to be able to survive, put a roof over their head. And I got no problem with the undocumented immigrants that are in this country. And I think what's happening in this country right now, as far as roving bands of ICE going through our city streets and stopping it, you'll notice that when ICE comes to Chicago, right, they're not going to the South Side. Why not? They're not going to actual crime-ridden areas. They're going to meatpacking plants and hotels and Hyundai centers like they did in Alabama. They're going to get people at work and at their immigration hearings. They're going to court. They're not actually going into the fucking dangerous areas. You mean illegal, right? No, I meant undocumented. No human being is illegal. Do you refer to somebody who drives drunk as an illegal driver? No, of course you don't. Do you refer to somebody who robs a bank as an illegal banker? No, of course you don't. So why the fuck do you refer to somebody who came into the country without papers or came in and overstayed as illegal? Nobody's illegal. Stupid. You haven't been to California. I've been to California many times. It's against our laws, so illegal. Then call it illegal. I'm not going to. And if it chaps your ass that I don't, that's just one of life's little bonuses, I guess. ICE and the Proud Boys don't want to go through the rough areas. Of course not. Of course not. Pussies who hide their people at meatpacking plants. They go arrest people at work. They make social media posts about how the people should be doing it the right way, and then they go arrest them at their fucking court hearings. Guns are not illegal in the U.S. for civilians. And yes, overstaying your visa is a civil issue, not a criminal issue. It never has been a criminal issue. We just went over gun rights here just a little bit ago, Tommy. I'm all in favor of you having as many guns as you want if you're not a threat. Carry it. Just don't carry it into places that don't want you to carry it into. Hate is expensive, yes. Listen, if you want to have a live where there are immigrants in it, then go have a live where there are immigrants in it. It's that fucking simple. Let's see if we got a notification about our appeal. Appeal approved. Your live access has been restored. Look at that. Look at that. Do you draw or paint? No. What do you say about Chicago police arresting federal agents? Good. I hope they arrest them all. I hope they arrest them all. Do you believe Jesus was real? I believe that there was a real human being named Jesus of Nazareth, and I believe that people believe that he was the Son of a God because I believe him to be akin to an apocalyptic preacher. You're not a drawing person either, Tom? I mean, it's not something that I do, but yes, I am an atheist. That is correct. What do I think of the current state of our economy? I think we're sliding backwards again. Roger! What's going on, Roger? What you fucking doing, man? Any book recommendations? Yes, my 2 books. Bet you didn't know I wrote 2 books, did you? Yes, I did. This first book is the story of the first 45 years of my life. It's a memoir, if you will. It's called A Grateful Life: The Life Story of a Husband, Father, and Taco-Loving Deadhead. This book, Dearest Renee, Letters from the Coronavirus War of 2020, this is a series of letters, quote unquote, that I wrote to my wife during the COVID shutdown in Illinois. I was home, retired. She was an essential worker, and I wrote a letter to her every day, Dearest Renee, in the form of a letter, but in a Facebook post. And I described the happenings here at the house. I collected all of those letters and put them in a book. So these 2 books are available in paperback or ebook formats. If you buy the paperback, I get more money. If you buy the ebook, you can get it right away. No, I do not. There isn't a stack of them. I don't ship them out. I can't sign them. 1 million people have asked that. Not 1 million, obviously. I haven't sold that many books. But it's a direct publish. So you order the book, and they print it and send it directly to you, and then send me my money. Excuse me, I'll be right back. What caused the ban? Numbnuts. So I'm going to be doing lives on YouTube moving forward, and TikTok, and blogging. Let me put this down real quick. I know I'm still. Guys, hang on. I'll be right back. I'm coming. Anyway, that's what happened with that. It's ridiculous.
This is how we used to do it on TikTok. When he would go to the bathroom, I would come and sit in here. Sorry that I look like a tomato. I was working out. It's 110 degrees. Can you imagine how many times this chair has been farted in? I don't have to imagine it. I've witnessed it. Hello, hello, hello. He's taking a shit? No, he's just peeing. He's old. He's gonna pee all the time. I said this is how we used to do it on TikTok. You would go to the bathroom.
Hey, give me a minute. Talk to them.
I would see.
Or are you cooking?
No, I turned it off. Are those skeletons? I mean, skulls. So he's popping pills, having a live stream, and going to the bathroom. I mean, they're blood pressure meds. And all right.
Right, go make your eggs. I'm killing these.
All right.
If you're making toast,
I'm not making toast. When's the last time you've seen me eat bread?
okay.
Would you like me to make you toast? Say if you would like me to make.
Could you make me 3 pieces of toast, please? Oh, shit. Trying to find something to snack on since I took my pills, and I don't want to make a whole breakfast. I don't want to go, so we got some grapes here. How many skulls do I have? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Plus the skull Kleenex holder back here. 23. 23. 11 before. Roger, brother, you take it easy, man. You have a good day, man. I know you've already done your running for the day. Roger's a good guy. If you ever see Roger, and to my mods, you see Roger in the comment section, he is to be left alone. Please and thank you. He's a friend. No, he's not a friend. Sorry. Wait, is this the wrong fucking Roger? Hang on. Oh, wrong Roger. My apologies. I have a friend named Roger Hall, and it's so damn small I couldn't see the face. Yeah. Didn't realize that it was the wrong Roger. My apologies. I have a friend named Roger Hall. You can't stand me? Then why are you here? Sorry, I didn't realize we were dealing with Dingbat Roger Hall. My bad. He's threatened me on this thread? Oh, that's cute. Isn't that precious? Let me go back and see what he said. We will all meet soon? Highly unlikely. I heard your convo, you're done. Wrong, you're numbnuts. See how easily it slips out of me? Let's see. Let's go all the way back here. I heard your whole convo. Yeah, I wasn't trying to hide it, you fucking dumbass. That's what she said. How do you live with that? How do I live with what? My wife of over 30, almost 30 years? I know who helps you now. I'm going in. Okay. Whatever, dude. Have at it, homie. Have at it. What scumbags did I get in my chat? Yeah, it happens. These fucking people have no lives at all. At all.
You want butter?
Mm.
Or jelly?
I'm coming.
Well, it's not done yet. Just put it in.
Okay, when it pops up, let me know. I'll probably come back out, put it down for a couple more seconds, then I'll let it go. Thank you. All right, what do we have here? Christy, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Thanks for your work, Mr. Powell, new subscriber here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So this is how I make my money. I do social media content, vast majority of that money does come from right here on YouTube. So subscriptions to my YouTube account so that you guys can get notified when new videos come out and watch them are the greatest help to me. I do have a membership for a couple of bucks a month. There is nothing special that comes with the membership. It is just a support level. That's people that just want to say, hey, we want to financially support what you do so that you keep doing it. If you want to do that, there's an option as well. I have merch. If you go to the link in my bio, I have a ton of t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot and what have you for you that you could have. I have the 2 books, and I have subscription service over on my TikTok. Momentarily, I'm going to go doctor my toast. You bought a sticker, thank you. Is your TikTok page back? My backup is, not my main account. Do I remember 9/11? Yes. I'll be right back, folks.
Look at how nicely this one toasted. I don't know who brought me 6 fucking cups. Was that you?
Some of them are, not all of them.
It is hot.
Did you hear that guy, Roger?
Well, I heard that you thought it was Roger.
Yeah, he heard our whole conversation, and now he knows who's helping me. So he's going to get it all taken care of.
He's recording?
He's gonna go get me kicked off of TikTok. Yes. He's a special kind of guy.
Okay.
I guess. I heard that whole conversation. You're done. Okay? Wasn't trying to hide the conversation, but hey, man, whatever helps you sleep tonight. Just like I'm not trying to hide this conversation. That's why I left the fucking door open when I came out of here.
Watch behind you.
I am. Yes, I am.
Oh, 15 minutes. I forgot I gotta get it first. What?
Oh, crikey. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Do we still have the clown in the room? Just seeing what we're dealing with here. Not the munchies, breakfast. Just haven't had breakfast yet. I took my pills, but I did not eat anything. And you got to eat. Bless you. You're welcome. How many cats do we have? 5. 5 cats, 1 dog. Do we think Trump will allow the midterms to happen? He can't stop them. Good morning to you too, Drago. All the animals get along well. What do I put on my toast? So I had 3 pieces of toast. Today, 2 butter, 1 strawberry jelly. Even starting a war isn't going to help them stop them. I have a P.O. box. It's in my bio. P.O. Box 747, like the 747 jet. Shanahan, Illinois, 60410. Is it cold in Chicago right now? Fuck no, man. It's like in the 80s. You play guitar? No. What are you sending to me? What do you think about the school shooting not getting the coverage? It wasn't going to get coverage anyway. They happen all the time. We don't talk about them. I don't think you can send that through the mail, man. How did I hear about it? How did I hear about what? Hello from another Midwesterner. Your views on the absolutely disgusting remarks of leftists on the Kirk murder? Nobody should be celebrating this. It's gun violence. I'm not saying I haven't celebrated a death before, but not at the hands of gun violence. This is say whatever the hell you want to say. I can't stop you from saying what you want to say. Are they going to catch the shooter? Who the hell knows? Toast is good, Brian. I appreciate you guys hanging with me for breakfast. Tolerating me having breakfast. Charlie Kirk was not a great man. Not even fucking close. I'm drinking milk. MAGA will have what? Oh, a patriotic song for Kirk? Yeah, probably. Who the hell knows? Good morning, Iowa. Well, they're already blaming the left on this without even knowing who did it. We don't know who did it. I mean, it very well could be somebody from the left, right? It could be somebody that very, very much disagreed with him on his viewpoints and thought that this was the best way of handling it, even though it wasn't. It could also be somebody on the right. Keep in mind, the right was vehemently in favor of getting the files released, the Jeffrey files released. And then Charlie Kirk was one of the people who did a complete 180 on it as soon as Trump did a 180 on it. As soon as Trump said there were actually no files, Charlie Kirk became very much, I don't care, I'm not talking about this anymore, I'm over it. Maybe it was one of those people. Oh, is Roger Hall still in here? I thought he was going. I thought he was going to go get me banned from something. No, he's not fucking smart enough to go get anybody banned. He's just going to hang out in here and just boost my algorithms as long as I'm live. Thank you. Who are you? I thought the name of the page said it all. Tom Powell Jr., the son of Tom Powell, father to Tom Powell III. I guess you missed the sign on the way in. What do? I eat tacos and know things. What is it that I know? I don't know. Depends on the subject, I guess. Whatever I know, as long as it aggravates the right people, then, you know. Oh, I get plenty of sleep. This man is a duck. Are we back now? Fucking internet, I swear to God. Fucking internet, I swear to God. All right, we're back? Okay, good. We're back. Okay. As I was saying, Roger, pound sand. Dude, I mean, seriously. What the fuck? Oh, Roger was timed out by Sherry, so he can't even say anything. Look at that. That's a shame. What do you think about what happened between Qatar and Israel? I don't have any thoughts on it at the moment. Anytime I hear duck, I think of A Christmas Story. Do you think Trump can stop the midterms? No. People need to be annoyed in order to look at their environment. He might or might not have been a duck, but he definitely gives... I swear to God, some of these people, this Roger and some of these other trolls that come in here, why do you guys spend hours of your day hanging out in the lives of people that you don't like? Like, I never go into the live. Like, I'll scroll on TikTok and I'll see one, but I won't go into it. Maybe I'll sit there for a minute and listen to see if anything was interesting being said, but then just scroll on. I don't hang out in the lives of, like, the older millennial, for example, and just sit there and fucking rage in the fucking comment section. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Do I know a family here by the last name of Cross? No. What YouTube channels do I watch? I watch Nate Petrosky's homesteading channel. I watch the same kind of stuff that I watch on TikTok: Tennessee Brando, Under the Desk News, Legal Dad, Mr. Global. Uh, but then I use YouTube to watch movies. There's a channel on YouTube that puts the full length movies uh, onto YouTube, and you can like right now when I sit down and I have some breakfast or I'm doing stuff around the house and I've got a movie on, it's going to be on my phone and it's going to be on YouTube. And I'll work through a movie over the course of several days while doing shit. Right now I'm working on Double Jeopardy again with Ashley Judd. Remember that movie where she went to prison for killing her husband? You know, shit like that. A favorite movie is The Godfather. I'm glad you could finally catch a stream. Favorite free movie on YouTube for me is Dogma, says Smokey. Some people won't sleep unless they commit an evil act during the day. Have you watched The Core? No, I have not. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? You're not sitting with Mama? Why not? Hmm? Yeah, I love watching shit that Minion does. I've been a mutual with Nate for some time. We've texted each other a little bit offline, not a ton. Yeah, his level of success is pretty interesting to see. My office is very messy, but what breed of dog do I have? This dog right here. This yellow lab right here, named Clyde Eugene Powell. Isn't that right, Clyde? Isn't that right, Clyde? Isn't that right, Clyde? Clyde's an old man, aren't you, Clyde? You were hoping for some toast? I didn't give you any toast, did I? I didn't give you any toast, did I? I had a black lab, yes. Our black lab died a year and a half ago, I think now. Okay, are you planning to visit other U.S. cities? Yes, I would. I would love to. I need to. So this is the first year that we've earned on social media, and it just so happens that it was the first year or the same year where a lot of big things happened. My wife turned 50, mother-in-law turned 70. I got a daughter turning 21 here soon, and so there were some big events this year. I want to see the steadiness of the income. And then, yes, I would love to be able to, if we earn at this level, I would love to be able to do at least one, if not two long weekends to a U.S. city every year. Especially since it can be used for business purposes, for content creation. So, yeah, but I need to see the consistency. So I'll know more about visiting more U.S. cities by spring. I'll have a whole winter then of earning, and we'll be able to see where we're at, and then we can start. Renee and I can start looking at U.S. cities and go, okay, we want to go back and visit New Orleans. We want to go see Denver. We want to see Seattle. We want to see whatever. Is my daughter doing a shot of Malort on her birthday? Probably not. Probably not. What's my favorite meat? Chicken? I don't know. Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, I don't think I could go to Raleigh, North Carolina and not see Barrister. So, I also have to take into consideration who's in cities. Like, I got to make a trip to Toronto, but not until the spring. You know what I mean? Malort looks gross because it is. How old am I? I'm 53. Yeah, Malort looks gross because it is gross. It's vile. It's disgusting. It's. What's my favorite season? Probably fall. Vancouver. We were just in Vancouver last week. Albeit for a day, but we were just in Vancouver. Do I live in America? Yes. I live in the suburbs of Chicago. I couldn't handle winter. I fucking love winter. When I said my favorite season was probably fall, it's because it has historically been winter. The Emerald Triangle. I don't know if V's ice cream will be made public. You want to come smoke a bowl with me? Yeah, to anybody saying that I couldn't handle winter, please understand that I was born and raised in the Chicagoland area. I mean, what's wrong?
Well, I was being lazy and I didn't want to take off my tank top, but my hoodie's too heavy.
Badass Grateful Dead guitar. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Are you open-minded? Most of the time, not. How's the Mag Mile now? It's just fine. It's still one of the priciest places in all of the Midwest and all of the country to shop. It's still just fucking lined with money. There's no problem with it. Have you been to other parts of Illinois? Now that's racist. What does that even mean? I've been all over the state of Illinois, and I don't even know what the hell you're talking about when you say that. It's such a weird statement. A fellow Gen Xer, the deepest snowfall you've ever had to shovel? A genuine question. You guys, if you're from Newfoundland, you guys probably have had much more. The deepest that we've ever had, what, maybe 20 some inches, 21, 22 inches maybe?
That's what she said. What?
21, 22 inches of snow. Is that the most we've gotten, I think?
Yeah.
We had 19 once or twice.
Yeah. It was 2010. 2010?
Yeah.
January? Question. So he's getting his cleaning today, which is not included in the cost of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So what account do you want me to pay with?
Do you still have the company? Just put it on the company. And I'll do the dishes a little bit later on, but I'll get them done. What are we doing tonight?
Well, if we're gonna have fajitas, we didn't order anything other. We have chicken. I have onions and I have peppers, but I have no sour cream. I have no fajita. No.
Okay, so then maybe we'll figure out something else. You want to try and do them on the grill or something like that?
I can do that.
And then we can just do a side with it, and then
Sure.
we'll figure out a fajita fixins here. Of course, Eddie
I love
comes.
how you always, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're like, hey, you want to grill something?
So you're down for it then? Love you too. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hey, what's up, hippie lover? Have I ever been to the racist parts of Illinois? Yeah, I live in one. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. Oh, goddamn. Crikey, get the fuck out of my eye. Oh, there it goes. It calls for a celebration. This is ganja. Herb. 420. The sticky icky. The chronic. The illy. The giggle bush. Jazz cabbage. Broccoli wand. The Lort's lettuce. Maui wowie. Grass. Marijuana. That's what that is. That's what's called the good. Do you use an air purifier? Yes, I do. Got one right here on the floor next to me. No, there are no 9/11 jokes out there because they're stupid. The giggle leaf, yes. Jamaican broccoli, there you go. My personal vegetables, if you will. I'm going to turn this fan here. Well, that's not a pre-roll. I rolled that. Well, I mean, I packed it. I use raw cones, but the wacky tobacco. Do you grow, Tom? No, I do not. You find the slaughter of thousands of Americans something to joke about. Well, you and I differ. You and I differ. All hail Taco Supreme. So that is a name I got over on TikTok, the Taco Supreme leader, the leader of the taco cult. I am the taco guy. My license plates say tacos. The tagline to my podcast is Peace, Love, and Tacos. I have taco hats readily available to go. This one here is just a sideways hat because of the smiley face, and it's ultra thin. This one here can go both ways. You can go Napoleon with this son of a bitch, or this way, I should say, with this son of a bitch, or you can go Napoleon with it. You can kind of configure how you want. The eagle sign picture just went fucking tits up. And of course, I got the smiley face taco pillow on hand here. I've got some taco memorabilia back there. But yes, my license plates do say tacos on them. They are Illinois license plates, Illinois Route 66 license plates that say tacos. I even have it here. In my first book, A Grateful Life, the life story of a husband, father, and taco-loving deadhead. And I'll show you this cover in just a moment here. But in the back of the book, okay, see it says Peace, Love, and Tacos, and then I include a couple of pages of quotes, just random quotes from books and plays and TV shows and whatnot and what have you. Let me read you this one here from Ken Bauman. I don't eat fast food often, but I love tacos. I could write prophetically about how perfect the taco is. Now, let me show you this. It's going to be backwards, but let me show you this cover. The cover is a photograph. If you look at the back here, you see I'm sitting at a Mexican restaurant with some food here in front of me and a margarita. Right? That's the picture for the back of the book, right? This is the meal on the front of the book. So it's a few tacos. They're laying flat. They're soft shell tacos with some rice. There's some chips and some salsa and some hot sauce, and there's a frozen margarita, and there's a set of a keychain here, and there's a map to the Chicagoland area, and then there's a concert ticket. I had 300 of these physical concert tickets printed up. You'll see this one is ticket number 1. The name of the concert is the name of the book, A Grateful Life, presented by Tom Powell Jr. And then you got the subtitle, The Life Story of a Husband, Father, and Taco-Loving Deadhead. The date of the concert, Saturday, May 13th, 1972. That's the day I was born. And underneath here it says, doors open at 12:13 p.m. That's when I was born, the time I was born. BYOB 420 friendly, that's self-explanatory. And then the location of the concert, Gottlieb Hospital, Melrose Park, Illinois. That's where I was born. Price of admission, $6.07. That's how much I weighed, 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Admit 1, lawn seating only. So I took this physical ticket to the Mexican restaurant, set it up against the plate. We took a photograph of it. We turned that into the cover. I still have a shit ton of these tickets that I punched a hole in and ran some hemp thread through and then put some beads on and was selling them as bookmarks. People would buy a book and then they'd buy a bookmark, and then that would be the bookmark they would get. And sometimes people would go, hey, my birthday is the 13th. Is the 13th ticket available? Hey, my lucky number is 55. Is the 55th ticket available? And I'd see if it was. I still have a bunch of these, but anyway, that's how we came up with the cover of the first book. And then the photograph for the back of it. The second book I wrote, Dearest Renee, which is a collection of letters from the coronavirus shutdown. The picture on the back is just a picture was taken in the backyard. No big deal. The cover, this patch, see where it says quarantine veteran, and it's got a picture of Netflix and Wi-Fi and the virus itself, and then a lime, and then a full toilet paper roll and an empty toilet paper roll. Okay. That's an actual patch that I bought from someplace online. Right? So I bought this patch and I'm like, okay, how do I turn this into a cover for the book? This black and white and gray camo in the background, this is a pair of my son's underwear that we took out on the deck, laid it flat, made sure there were no wrinkles in it anywhere, gently placed the patch on it, and then stood over it with a camera looking down and took a series of pictures. And then we took that picture, uploaded it to an editing platform, and just put in the cover letters by Tom Powell Jr., Dearest Renee, letters from the coronavirus war of 2020, and that's how we got the fucking cover of this book. It's a picture of a fucking taco dinner with a concert ticket that I had. So like the show is supposed to be the story of my life. That's the book, and then my fucking kid's underwear. Who knows what the third one? Third one will probably just all be stuff created online. The third book, which I haven't done any work to in fucking months, is examining the history of marijuana in the United States of America and the failed war on drugs. I'm like 20,000 words into it. It's not even fucking close to being done. I'm not a veteran, but I appreciate that. Skid mark free, that was important. But yeah, we didn't know how to I don't no idea how to fucking create book covers and shit like that. I'll probably work with somebody on Fiverr for the third book cover. And once I get done, if I ever get done writing the book, finishing the book on the history of marijuana in the United States of America, I would then like to move on and do a book about my atheism before I eventually write a book on, because by that point in time we'll be beyond Trump's second term in office for sure. And I would like to do a book about MAGA and its influence on the United States of America. I owe him a cut. Man, I allow that motherfucker to live here. I'm just kidding. Writer's block. Like you couldn't believe. I don't even know. Let me double check and see how many words I actually do have on it. I'm really struggling with trying to figure out how to relaunch one of my podcasts, but it needs to be profitable, and that's the problem, is that it won't be profitable right now. Where is it? Here we go. Ah, you filthy. $19,306 words. It's not even a fifth of the way there. My wife said her theory is that it must not interest me as much as the first two books because I had no problem writing the first two books. And she believes it's because it interests me more. So that's the other part of this book, is that I want it to be as comprehensive as humanly possible, and therefore I need to research every aspect of things that I know I've heard and that I know, but I need to go back and get a source for it, so that there is a reference within the book that can source everything that has been said in the book, so that you can verify it for yourself, not just, hey, I've heard this over the years and therefore I know it's true. And so there's a lot of research that goes into it. And then tracking all of that research and where it all came from and all of that stuff, and it's a lot. It is. How long have I been writing that book? Well, let's see. The first book came out in 2018. Second book came out in late 2020. 4 or 5 years. Am I former law enforcement? No. I have an arduous relationship with law enforcement at best. If they are going after trans people, I'm worried they will go after my gay aunt's marriage next. Oh, believe it, they will, without question. I'm so glad weed isn't all sucks and seeds. Nice haircut, thank you very much. Please don't take me too seriously. I'm giving it food no matter what. Sticks and seeds, yes, I totally understood where you were coming from, man. Well, listen, there's a time for a hard shell taco. I'm not going to completely say that you shouldn't have hard shell tacos. I mean, white people taco night is important every now and again, but soft shell is the way to go. Usually. What's my background? In what? Give me I was born in 1972, the byproduct of a one-night stand, the unwanted byproduct of a one-night stand between a 27-year-old drag racer and a 16-year-old high school girl. On my mother's side of the family, I'm second generation born in America, Sicilian. On my father's side of the family, I come from a long line of southern Indiana hillbillies that work hard and play even harder. Was named after my father. I grew up in the Chicagoland area. I failed 7th grade completely, barely made it out of 8th grade. Finished freshman year with 1.5 credits. Dropped out of high school at the beginning of my sophomore year after not attending the first 6 weeks. knocked around the Midwest for, I don't know, a year or two, and then wound up hitting the road. Worked for a carnival the summer of 92, lived in a tent, and traveled with everything I owned in a backpack. And then in the fall of 92, folded into the Grateful Dead life and followed the Dead from the fall of 92 all the way to Jerry's death in 95, working when they would take breaks and traveling when they would travel. His death caused me to suspend that type of life, and I fell ass backwards into a landscape job in the Chicago suburbs that I turned into a 26-year career. I met my wife in an AOL chat room in May of 1997, moved in with her in May of 98. We got married in May of 99. We had our first child in May of '01. Her and I have 3 children together. Years later, I would come to discover a daughter I didn't know existed, who was at the time 33 years old. I had hooked up with her mom at a party in high school. Didn't realize that she had a kid, and turned out she was mine. So we added a 4th child, a son-in-law, and 2 grandchildren overnight. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a heaven, a hell, or a soul or anything of that nature. My favorite color is blue. I wipe front to back. I don't believe in the designated hitter, and all football games should be played outside. What else? What other part of my background do you want? What shade of blue do I like? I like all shades of blue, to be honest with you. I just blues like I love the blue like that you see up here, but I also love Indianapolis Colts blue. I also love ocean blue. You know, I dig on blue. I don't know what to tell you. Do you believe in a soul? No, I do not. Correct me if I'm wrong. In primal astrology, Junior is a putterfish. I no fucking idea what you're saying. None whatsoever. I like your beard. Any tips on growing out facial hair? I, you know what I mean? I couldn't grow this. I started growing this in the winter between 2017 and 2018. I had a goatee for years. Here, you want to see something? You want to see something that'll fuck your head up? Here, let me show you something that'll fuck your head up. That's me and Renee in 1997. That's your boy right there. Pre-gray, pre-goatee, pre-beard, pre-anything. That's your boy right there in 97. Yeah. Yeah. That's me. 90. I was born in 72. Somebody do that math real quick. Yeah, that's your boy in 97. I've been around the block a minute. You know what I'm saying? Baby Tom? No. 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 Hang on a second. I'll show you Baby Tom. Oh, is this motherfucker going to start pulling up pictures? Yeah, he might. He just might. I never know. I never remember where I fucking had it. Okay. Okay. I am blind as a fucking bat. Oh, do. You want to see Baby Tom? Okay. That's your boy at 3 months old. That's the cheeks, the whole fuck. Okay, am I back? Can you guys see me? We're back. Okay. So very quickly, give me just one moment to explain what just happened. I just had to have a phone call with my wife. Our 13-year-old son has braces. We entered into a monthly payment plan with the dentist, like we did with our two daughters when they got their braces. You pay every month. We set it up for an automatic withdrawal from the bank account, and then usually by the time you're done paying it off, they're ready to take the braces off. The boy moved much quicker in his advancement. They're ready to take his braces off today. There are 5 more payments that equal $1,000. My wife walked in with him this morning for a scheduled appointment to get his braces taken off, and they went, "Well, you have a balance," and we're like, "We have a payment plan arrangement," and they're like, "Yeah, but once we take the braces off, you're done, and you still owe $1,000, right?" And we have a payment plan so she's over there currently arguing with them about the payment plan and how, hey, we have a fucking payment plan. Anyway, going back to what we were doing. How the fuck is this not working now? Now it won't let me flip the screen. Let me see. Okay. Are we back? Can you see now? Okay. We're back. As we were talking about before the dental incident, this is your boy at 3 months. So that's me at 3 months. Somebody said baby Tom. No, this is baby Tom. Here you will see me as a toddler sitting on my father's lap. Obviously around Christmas time. No idea how old I am in this picture, but it is definitely the 1970s. I got some kind of fucked up banjo I'm playing, and the old man is just passed the fuck out, obviously from holiday festivities. Now, if you'll just excuse me for one moment, I will then pull up. Here is, I don't even know what time it is, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's at the end of, I think, my nephew's wedding, and I am fucking done. I'm toast. My feet hurt. I'm tired as fuck. I got the Jerry Garcia tie undone. First 2 buttons open. I'm fucking over it. I'm just done. And I got my coat is somewhere else. I have no fucking idea where. We're in the kitchen of the venue, and I'm just like, fucking dude, I'm tired. I'm fucking done. Can we get the fuck out of here? Okay, so that's that phase in my life. Now, if you'll excuse me, we have this is me. Halloween. It's at this house, so it's within the last 20 years. And I used to dress up when I handed out the candy. This is me as obviously Julius Caesar. We had, looks like, good weather that Halloween. Yeah. So there's that. And then, of course, going back to my, I guess this would be toddler phase. So that's me, obviously, telling you that you're number one. The young girl next to me is my cousin, Monika. And sitting in the chair behind me is my mother's parents. So my grandmother, Mary Lou LaFura, born in southern Indiana, and my grandfather, Thomas Gaetano LaFura, who was born in Sicily and immigrated here when he was a young boy. Yeah, I don't know why they dressed me like this. But yeah, we were throwing birds by the time we were 3. By the time you were 3, you could probably figure out how to make somebody's favorite drink and tell them to fucking pound sand all at the same time. Your mom would have boxed your ears if you did this. My mom probably encouraged me to do it so she could take the picture. You know, that's bottom line. All right, I don't know if there is. Now I'm going to show you a couple of pictures here. Just give me one moment. So my father raced cars. He was a drag racer. So I'm going to show you his cars here. So this is one of his cars. This is his white Fugitive. Fugitive was his kind of street name. You'll see here off the F on the Fugitive, there's a ball and chain. That's where his name, Tom Powell, was. That's the old man in the car there. Gary Powell Enterprises. That's my grandfather. So this is his white Fugitive. Okay. Now, he had a few different Fugitives. This one here is the black Fugitive. You can see here it's black with the yellow writing, orange outline. This is my Uncle Jake working on one of the oldest Fugitives. Now, there was Powell's Demon. This is the old man's Demon. I wish I had a better picture of this. I think I have one on my phone that I'll have to find at some point in time. The M is actually the upside down portion of a devil's pitchfork, and there's a little cartoon demon. But this is the old man's Demon back in Oswego. Here you'll see one of the old Fugitives, one of the very first ones. You see his name, Tom Powell, right below the window there. That's one of the very first cars he ever had. Obviously he's part of the silent generation. Shit goes back. And then a better picture of the white Fugitive at Oswego with the ball and chain and the paint job on it. DuPage Racing Group. Picky, picky, picky is what he always said about my mom. So this is what the old man did back in the day. Forgive me for a second there. I grew up at racetracks. I took my first steps at a racetrack. That was my entire childhood was drag racing tracks, because that's what the old man was doing. And eventually that phased out because there just isn't the time or the money to do that when you're when you got thrown into a family relationship, when you got a high school girl knocked up and then all of a sudden you became dad. Which is exactly what my father did. So my childhood was spent at US 30, Oswego, various racetracks like that across Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. He was a Dodge guy. If you guys know, if any of you guys are into cars, and I'm not that into cars, but if I just have the history with this particular, if any of you guys are into drag racers like that back in the day, then you might know the name Gary Dyer, who makes Dyer superchargers or Dyer blowers. Yeah, I spent my childhood running around Gary Dyer's shop in the far southwest suburbs. Gary Dyer worked for my grandfather. And my grandfather was very small part, but I think he lent him a little bit of money at best, in helping him get going on the blower part, and Dyer put blowers on all of my father's cars over the years. My dad and Gary Dyer did a lot of business together, and so yeah, I spent my childhood running around Dyer's supercharger shop as a wee ute. Um, Only people that are really into drag racing are going to know that, though. The Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. Beats running around the bar. This is true. This is true. I just never turned into a car guy. I didn't. I never really gave a shit about cars. I can't even tell you how to fucking change the oil in a car. Don't care. Don't want to know anything about cars. It's just something that gets me from point A to point B. I watch things like Barrett's auto auctions, and I think to myself, that's a fucking car you just spent $468,000 on. That's fucking insane to me. But anyway, what are you gonna do? I remember when my mom needed a car, and my dad brought home. My dad brought home like a 70 or a 71. I can't, maybe I'm getting the years off. Um, uh, God damn it, Chevy Nova, and it jacked up fucking racing tires on. She's like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with these?" He said, "You needed a car. That's a car." Yeah, that's just not what she needed, man. It's not what she needed. Somebody said I would love the inner workings of a carburetor. No, I wouldn't. That kind of shit does not fascinate me. I am not a tinkering kind of guy. Not, no. No, no, no. Call the guy. That's what I am. Call the guy. He'll get it taken care of. I'll make the money it takes to fucking pay the guy, whatever the fuck. Call the professional. Don't touch my landscaping because that's my area. But fucking everything else, call the fucking. You need to hang a ceiling fan, call the fucking guy. You need the rooms painted, call the fucking guy. What happened to my forehead? Fell out of a tree with a chainsaw when I was working as a young man. Call the fucking guy. I'm more interested in spending my time in not tinkering with things or building things, but experiencing things. Traveling places, seeing things, going places, shit like that. No, I'm not a tinkering kind of guy. Well, happy almost 19th birthday. Do I still own the trucking company? And you forgot the types of trucks that I own. Yes, we are still in the trucking industry. There are 4 trucks in total between ourselves and our partner. 2 Kenworths, 1 Freightliner, and 1 Volvo. Only one of those trucks is in use. 3 of them are sitting with no drivers and no work, and the 3 are for sale. You guys got me for a couple more minutes, and then I need to take a break, and then we can go live again. Okay? I will go live again after my wife gets back home and I get some dishes done and some errands that I got to, or some chores that I got to get taken care of, and then I'm going to go live again. Not a Freightliner flat front. You have to go serve lunch. No, can't. I can only stay on for a couple more minutes. one of the Kenworths is the one that, listen, they all work, but one of our Kenworths is the one that's still on the road. It's the only one working. We're just going to probably wind up giving that one to the driver so that he can get started on his own career, his own business. Okay, having said that, I'm going to cut this off. I'll be back in a little while, okay? Set a reminder or, hit the little bell on my account.